If you're broke making YouTube videos and you want to be rich, I'm going to give you 10 rules that have made me multi-six figures in the past year with YouTube alone, and hopefully will make you even more. Starting with rule number 1, forget about views. If you're serious about making money off YouTube, stop chasing views and instead chase sales. Despite what you see Mr. Beast or these other huge creators are doing, AdSense is not the way to make money off YouTube. It's not easy to reach the levels required to earn a living off of it, and it takes a long time. So what do you do instead? Focus on the value of your views. What do I mean by that? Every view you get should be a high value viewer. Somebody in your niche who wants to solve a problem they have. Because here's the thing, you can now monetize a YouTube channel with an extremely small, dedicated audience. You don't need to get thousands of views making broad videos anymore. Just by creating a product that solves a high value problem for a specific type of person, you could sell it for multiple 4, even 5 figures, and with a few sales, you're well on your way to getting rich off YouTube. Recently on my channel, ZTA Training, I posted a video that was really fun, really entertaining, and it got hundreds of thousands of views. I mean, I was happy it was doing well. But then when I saw the conversions of the views to my program, it made me remember a decade-old rule of making money on YouTube, which is rule number 2, educate, don't entertain. I thought getting hundreds of thousands of views was great, but when you compare it to all my other videos, even the bad ones, I made a mistake. The truth is, people will only buy if you can solve a problem for them. Someone in pain will pay you a lot of money to fix big problems they have. And when you make an entertaining, funny video like I did, the audience watching entertainment videos is much different to the ones watching education. And after realizing this, I turned back to videos that would teach people, not entertain them. They don't get as many views, but they convert way better. So forget about entertaining people, and if you want to make a ton of money, start solving real problems. But just solving problems won't get you to your financial goal today, because there's certain problems people have that could make you a lot of money if you target the right one, or next to nothing if you choose the wrong one. And if you get this part wrong, you'll never make a sale on YouTube. So rule 3 I want to show you is problem hierarchy. Now, if the main goal of YouTube sales is to solve problems for your audience, how do you know if you're solving the right problems? Well, to solve that problem for you, start thinking of your problems as being some sort of table with the least profitable pain points at the bottom and the most at the top. Now, at the bottom, you'll find things that don't really change a person's reality that much. Things like settings to turn on in YouTube Studio or video ideas. These are important, but they're not changing anyone's lives. In the middle, these are more profitable things that somebody might pay you actual money for. Maybe you teach them how to get more views or subscribers or how to talk better to the camera. These are all very important for YouTubers. But at the top, you have 3 things that far outweigh anything else: health, wealth, and relationships. You see, if you could significantly improve somebody in your niche's health, their financial state, or their relationships in their life, you're gonna make a ton of money. So how do you incorporate this into your YouTube videos? Well, think of it kind of like this video. If you're watching this, you probably wanna make more money on YouTube, right? I'm solving a problem at the very top, wealth. You won't be able to target every single aspect in every single video, but when you're thinking of video ideas in future, start actually solving high value problems for people. Now, rule 4 is to never undervalue yourself, and I've fallen into this trap way too many times. If you don't know, for my brand ZTA Training, we sell a program to young soccer or football players. It's $397 today, but in the first few months after I started, it was priced at $197. I thought at the time nobody was going to buy a course costing that much. But this is where I was falling into the same trap so many creators do. When you start selling something, you almost get that imposter syndrome. Like, you're scared to charge the amount you think you should be worth. Trust me, I was there. But after a while, I started getting comments saying, your program is way too cheap. The value you provide is insane. And that for me was a huge turning point, because I didn't think young footballers could afford $397. But nothing changed after I increased the price. We were getting the same amount of students buying the course. And just from overcoming that, I doubled my income overnight. So never sell yourself short. Provide value, solve problems, and price yourself however you think you should. And if you want to know exactly how much to charge, you need to understand your audience inside out, which is why rule number 5 of making money on YouTube is becoming obsessed with your audience. You see, YouTube is all about the audience. If you make videos that they don't like, you won't get views. If you make videos for the wrong audience, you won't get views. But if you make good videos targeted at the right people, your videos are going to blow up. So stop thinking about yourself or anyone else when creating YouTube videos. If you make a video to please yourself, it most likely won't entertain your audience. The reason Mr. Beast is so successful is because he became so insanely obsessed with his audience that everything is engineered to entertain them. He understands his viewers are young, most likely gamers, and all his videos reflect that. He isn't making videos like this one right now because if he did, he'd never get views. From the editing, the way he speaks to people in his videos, and even the font he uses, it's all targeted to his audience. And if there's one thing to take away from Mr. Beast's videos, is this. Laser focus on what your audience is struggling with and how you can help them. Okay, so rule number 6 of YouTube is to start using CTAs. See, I used to be worried about making CTAs in my videos. What if my audience stops liking me? What if I annoy them? But then eventually I started actually promoting my program. Just by doing that, my audience finally became aware that I actually had something to sell them. If I never did CTAs, they would never pay me. They don't have to be a whole sales ad jammed into your tutorials. No, instead, the best way to do CTAs is to simply integrate them into your content so it feels natural. But there's one problem many creators make. They're putting their CTAs right at the end of the video. This is a problem because not many people are watching till the end of the video. At least, not the same amount as the start. So what you want to start doing is integrating your CTAs in the middle of your content. Now, like I said before, they don't need to be complicated. Simply a few sentences offering further value to what you just provided. If you're talking about how to make money on YouTube, you could simply say, by the way, I help broke creators turn their YouTube channels into multi-5, even 6-figure a month businesses by simply selling information online. If that sounds like you, I'll leave a link in the description below for you to book a call. And that's how to pitch someone to start taking action in your YouTube videos. Stop overcomplicating your CTAs. Now for another thing that many creators are getting wrong daily, which is rule number 7 for making money on YouTube, and that is to be careful with trends. If you're making videos for trends, you'll most likely see a big spike in the first few days, and after that, a complete dead zone. This is dangerous for your income because if you want to make real money, the best type of content is evergreen, meaning it continues to get views for a long time, generating literally passive income for the rest of your life. But rule 8 might be the most important because if you're making this mistake with your videos, your income is going to take a massive hit. And that mistake is having split focus. You see, when I first started YouTube, I was barely getting any views. The reason for that is because at the same time, I was building a product, making short form content twice a day, going to college at the same time, and YouTube just came to the side of all that. And it went on like this for a long time until I realized the power of focus. The point when I started to get real views on YouTube was when I removed the other distractions from my life. I left college, the product was built, and I had a whole team around me helping to create content. But the chances are you probably don't have a full team to help you with that, which is why rule number 9 is going to completely change how you create content. Rule number 9 is to simply focus on YouTube because this is by far the most profitable platform there is. Don't split your focus between Instagram, TikTok, or even emails until you can build a team to help you with that. You see, once I started focusing on YouTube, my business has never been the same. You can't build trust on Instagram and TikTok like the way you can with longer videos on YouTube. Learn how to get better at YouTube, invest your time into improving the videos, and the payoff from YouTube alone far outweighs anything else. But that will all become pointless if you can't follow the 10th rule for making money on YouTube. Longevity will win every time. You might be miles behind a YouTuber in subscribers, or even skill level. But if they burn out and quit after 6 months and you go for 5 years straight, can you imagine how much better you will be after 5 years than they were after half a year? Now, you must understand something. YouTube isn't an overnight money-making method. And the problem is most creators aren't committed long enough to actually see the results. But if you are, if you can stay in the game to see the pot of gold on the other side of the rainbow, you're going to make more money than 99% of YouTubers simply by sticking to it long enough. And finally, rule number 11, nothing will change by watching this video. And what I mean by that is you must take action now. If you've watched this video until now, that shows me you're serious about making money with YouTube. You actually want to make this work. And while knowing how to do it is cool, to see results, you actually need to implement everything you learned. And yeah, that is how to get rich on YouTube.